So, I don't know who IShowSpeed knows at YouTube, but the dude's gotta be hiding some blackmail on someone. You might have seen my video yesterday where we talked about IShowSpeed's incident on livestream and what YouTube might do about it. I figured they would probably give him a strike, stopping him from streaming for a week or so. Or, if the mainstream media got upset about it, he might get a permaban. But man, was I wrong. YouTube told TMZ that he wasn't going to get a ban. Apparently, since he's still able to upload, he didn't get a strike either. This is a good thing if you're a streamer, since you now know that momentary slip-ups probably won't get you banned. But it's also an interesting move, since it really does open up avenues for people to abuse YouTube's willingness to look the other way. So, let's talk about what IShowSpeed did, and why it's a weird move for YouTube not to take any action. Hey guys, Editing MattyO here, just jumping in to ask you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out, thanks. Back to the video. Speed was live on YouTube the other day, streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a pretty popular horror game, which is set at like a fictional Chuck E. Cheese equivalent restaurant that's infested with possessed animatronics, which jump scare you. It's got enough lore to fill an encyclopedia though, so that's not a perfect assessment. It's a game series that's mainly aimed at kids, and kids are Speed's main audience, which is what makes this incident extra weird. Basically, during the game, he was jump scared by one of the female animatronics. This led to him, in a weird reaction that I'm sure he didn't want to get so much attention, thrusting his hips into the air to simulate what he wanted to do to the fictional animatronic. I guess he was going commando though, because his little soldier slipped out of his shorts during one of the thrusts to stand at attention. So yeah, he accidentally exposed himself on livestream, which is obviously embarrassing for him, but also put himself at risk, because showing stuff like that on YouTube isn't allowed. On top of that, because his core audience is made up of young children, this was a very, very bad thing to happen. Granted, I think most people are pretty sure it was an accident. A weird accident that could have been avoided if he wasn't thrusting his hips at a video game character, but an accident all the same. Now look, personally, I'm very much against bans, especially permanent bans, generally on any platform, for pretty much anything. I tend to think that banning people for pretty much any reason on any platform is a total violation of people's freedom of expression and freedom of speech, both rights which cover things currently banned by most platforms. IShowSpeed is already banned from Twitch, a platform with such restrictive rules that they even commonly enforce a straight up persona non grata rule, saying you can't have anyone who's banned from Twitch on your Twitch stream for any reason, which is insane. So I am actually really happy that YouTube showed that they won't ban people for accidents and things that they don't mean to happen. I'd like more of that in this day and age, but as I mentioned in yesterday's video, not taking action against him for this, in showing that YouTube is the superior platform where you don't need to worry about getting banned for an accident, which is overall a good thing, also opens up a very clear path for bad actors to abuse. Now, this wouldn't really be an issue if Speed had an older audience. It's just that his audience skews so young that not taking action causes this problem, because now there are almost certainly weirdos out there, people whose souls are as dark as night, that may try to take advantage of this. After all, YouTube basically just said that accidentally exposing yourself on stream isn't an issue, regardless of your audience. It's not hard to imagine someone faking an accident in order to expose themselves for the thrill to an audience similar to Speed's in demographic, which is obviously not something that should be allowed to happen. But now that they've set the precedent, how do they prevent it? Are they just going to start getting suspicious and hand out bans when it's happened more times than is possible to believe would have been accidental? What then to the kids who have been victimized in the first few times, where YouTube gave the benefit of the doubt? Call me old-fashioned, but I don't believe that kids should be exposed to that stuff. Does it change the equation if it was an accident? Well, it does for the streamer, since their livelihood is safe, but not for the viewer. There's no putting that back in the box once they've been exposed to something like that, which might be against what their parent wants, and even if it is an accident, it's still morally wrong to have allowed a young audience to see this kind of thing. So that puts us in a weird position where, yeah, it's good to know that you won't get banned off YouTube for an accident, but at the same time, even accidentally, Speed exposed his young audience to something that they just plain shouldn't have been exposed to, and you can't change that now. Though I suppose that even if they did take action against Speed, it would have been too late to stop what already happened, though it would have probably made people more careful in future. I'm not sure there's really any way for people to win with this one. Sometimes life presents you with no-win situations, and this is one of them. I don't even know what YouTube could implement to stop this kind of thing from happening either. Maybe enforce some kind of delay on streams depending on your viewer's age demographic? Then if you have something bad happen accidentally, allow for the streamer to manually cut off the stream before the offending content makes it to the viewer's screen. And if they don't stop in time, then they get a strike or something. That might work, but it also denigrates the entire experience of a live stream, since the point is that it's, well, live. I'm not really sure. Usually in this type of thing, it's pretty much the parent's fault for letting their kid watch a live stream in the first place. But since he's never done something like this before, there's no way they could have known. So I'm not really sure that there was a way for YouTube to do anything here at all, without it being unfair to someone. I guess that's just the nature of live video. To some extent, it's still the Wild West. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that it was correct for YouTube to take no action, or should they have done something? Especially considering his audience. I would like to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Have a great day, and God bless you.